Hi, church. Pastor Jeff here with another Trinity Check In. I have two topics for you today, and I'm wondering if you can guess my location. That's the second topic. First, though, I want to tell you the story of what I've been up to the last week, just in case it might feed some of your souls or provide some of you with an idea. I have been on retreat. Retreat is something that's always been viewed as a spiritually good thing as part of any prayer life. And it's good to have an opportunity to go away for a few days in a way that's different than just a vacation. You know, this isn't about seeing something that's worth seeing, going to a place you've never visited before to explore. This is more about the kind of exploring that happens in here, the kind of exploring that happens on your journey with God. And for me, I also like to do a writing retreat once a year to have some focused time to work on my own writing. And so I usually combine the two. If you don't know it, there is a retreat center near Schuyler, Nebraska. So it's about an hour 20 or so north of here. In fact, it's north of Schuyler, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is one of the blessings of it. And there are some Benedictine monks there that have a mission house, a monastery, you might say. And in addition to that, they built this beautiful retreat center in the 90s. And people from all denominations go there. It's, technically Catholic, but not really. It's really all denominations together. There were even some Buddhists there at the same time I was, working on their spiritual life. But it's a beautiful facility and provides just such a good place. I'll show you a picture. This is they call it the solarium. It's also, because of the windows, it's also their library, and that makes it my favorite place. So that's where I set up most days last week to work on writing. If any of you don't know it, when I got my doctorate, I finished my doctorate right before coming to Trinity. And part of what happens in a doctorate is you end up with wonderful ideas, but they're said in such a way that they won't help anybody. So when you finish, the next project is to take those ideas and to translate them so that they can help as many people as possible. And that's what I did in the writing part of the retreat. For the prayer part, it was wonderful. I spent a lot of time in silence. Solitude is a very helpful thing for me in my own spiritual journey. I'm thankful for my wife for watching the kids while I did. And I also went over and prayed with the monks twice every day, including at 6 a.m. Sometimes the spiritual life is a cross to bear, right? But I'm glad I got up early on those days because it provides kind of a frame to the day. So I tell you the story in part to let you know what I've been up to, but in part because, maybe that's something for you too. A spiritual retreat like that, it can be something where you go away for multiple days. It can also be an afternoon. It can also be a different way to think about a daily walk or run if you take one. But taking that time and devoting it to God and saying, I'm going to use this time to work, not even just on myself, to work on God in me, to work on my prayer life, my spiritual life, can be a very good thing, and it's something that we all need from time to time. I highly recommend it. And if any of you are thinking about doing that, or you want more, or you want a little structure or guide work, or if you want connections with the St. Benedict Center near Schuyler, I'm happy to send any of that to you. If any of you are really interested, they have discounts for first-timers too, as well as guided retreats, which is probably good for a lot of people. Okay. The second thing I want to talk about today is why I'm here. Have you figured out where I am? I am in our garden along Kentwell at our church, our beautiful garden. Eric Nelson and a team of helpers keep this nice all year round. However, for the past 5 or 6 years, we've had a team in our church who've been working on a columbarium. Now, I should say, there's always a little bit of confusion. A columbarium is a place where you store ashes that are in an urn as an alternative to a cemetery or something like that. And again, a little bit of levity here. It's not call and bury them. That's different. It's COL. columbarium. A lot of churches have been adding it to their facilities as a way that when people pass, they can remain part of their church to have a more spiritualized place of burial. Now, you're going to be hearing much more about this. Once we have it in, you'll be hearing more. For instance, we have to charge a little bit of a fee for upkeep and to make sure it's around for posterity and all that. And all that's going to be in the tower, and we're going to be promoting it in other ways too. However, things are already starting up here on the hill and by our garden. Let me walk around from the bench here a little bit and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here, let's see. As I come around this corner, now you'll be able to see what I mean. So things are certainly about to take a much different turn in this project as we have all of this construction equipment here. So here's the garden, how it looks now. It's been beautiful like this for so long. The nice water feature there, a memorial to Joyce Erbaum. There's so many important and good things in this garden. What we're going to do, though, is move the fountain by, I think it's about a foot. It's not much. And then put one columbarium over here, one tower, and one over here. I'll put on the screen here a sketch that was done by Eric Nelson, and you can kind of get an idea how it's going to be. And so that's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. As I understand it, the concrete that goes beneath them has to cure for about a week, but they're being delivered tomorrow. So you know how this kind of thing works. So you're going to see all sorts of activity up here on the hill. Don't worry, we'll have it fenced off for safety. But I wanted you to know what was going on, and probably in a future update I'll talk more about the columbarium and how all that will work, and of course you'll see it in the tower as well. There is a deeply spiritual side to it. I'm sure I will say more about this in future updates, but one of my favorite theologians, in fact I mentioned my doctoral work, he's the one I based my thesis on, my dissertation. He says he laments the days when churches had cemeteries outside of them because it was a reminder that we're not alone. It's a reminder of resurrection every time you come and go from the church, a reminder that there is more than just what we can see. And I think it's wonderful that so many churches, including ours, are reviving that tradition. So I hope you will pay attention. I hope you will watch as it goes. In the meanwhile, I'm thankful for our columbarium team and for all of our workers. My goodness, I think it's called an excavator over there, the one that's further out. That is big. We're further away from it. Let's see, I can't see my phone if I turn it, but you can at least get an idea. So there is going to be much happening up here, and I cannot wait to see how it all comes out. All right, I hope you are well, church, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday.